Hey, and welcome to the political show right here on Active FM, where radio has never been better. I'm your girl Cynthia, but you can call me Gix, and with me in studio we have
Gavin Inslin.
Pastor Gavin Inslin and
The Black
the
Knight.
Black Knight, right here on the political show where Christ politics is
Hot politics.
hot politics. And this week's hot politics, we are diving into, I feel like it's controversial in some way, but something that
What?
no one speaks about. Yes.
I'm livid.
Yeah.
This brings a new meaning to the contra in controversial.
But I think it is controversial because, and I
This
feel
is
like it's a topic-
controversial.
Yes. And I feel like people don't talk about this, but a lot of people think this. And this has to do with the halal certified foods in South Africa. And to be honest, almost everything that you see is halal certified. Even our fast food restaurants. And we're going to dive a bit into that. Pascal, if you want to give a more brief explanation.
Yeah, obviously people are saying, look, the Muslims should be able to eat what they want to eat, which, yeah, fine, human rights, all of that sort of stuff, fine. And the guys need to eat, and it's a country where the constitution espouses freedom of religion, so people should be able to eat what they need to eat in terms of their religion. But the problem is that all of the products virtually are being certified halal. Like, it's probably like over 90% of the food items on the shelves are being certified halal. And here's the other thing. Every one of those products, if they've got this certification, they pay money to the Muslim Trust in order to have that certification. So, in effect, if you buy like a packet of crisps, for example, like salt and vinegar crisps, then what happens is you get the place whereby there's a little halal sticker on there, so that the manufacturer of that packet of crisps has paid money to the Muslim Judicial Council of South Africa or a similar type body in order to get that product certified. But not only that, that crisp producer, every product, every supplier that they have that provides them with the ingredients for that product has to be certified too. So all of them also have to pay a tax. So we have a system in South Africa where when you buy something, there's a thing called value added tax, which means that 15% of most products that you buy, 15% of the price goes to the government. Now, in addition to that, there's a percentage of the price that's going to the Muslims. And therefore, in South Africa, if you're buying from a supermarket and you're eating, you're tithing to the Muslims, even if you're a Christian. So some Christians might be arguing whether it's New Testament to tithe and things like that, but you are tithing to the Muslims. And we're going to discuss the implications of that today. Okay? And I think we can call it, why should Christians be concerned about eating halal food?
Yes, that is what we're going to be speaking about. It's going to be hot, as always, right here on the political show where Christ politics is.
Hot politics.
Hot politics.
Is the political show.
So we came across a video that says that it's titled Exposing Halal Tax in South Africa. And
And just to mention, because Black Knight now in the ads, all those wonderful ads that Glenn put on, was expressing a concern. We're not bashing South African people. However, the corporates, the politicians, the elites, we are bashing them.
They know.
But we do want the local people to know, you go and buy those Simba crisps, you've just tithed to the Muslims. Back to you, gigs.
so the key claims in this video is that up to 90% of supermarket foods products are halal certified.
Well, when you say key claims, from your experience, what is the likelihood that it's not the case?
Unlikely
Why?
that it's not the case.
Yeah.
It's unlikely that it's not the case
Why?
because I go shopping
And then you
and
see
I buy
halal.
groceries for the house, and you see halal everywhere.
Yeah. I mean,
and
how many
stuff.
products don't have halal?
Very few. Obviously, like, if talking about food products, very few. If you go to now, like toiletry products and stuff, then you don't find the stamp there. But when we're speaking about food products, most of the, even baked goods, have halal. Okay? I remember once
Hopefully
asking,
my butcher's not halal. I must ask him.
I think they are.
They probably cater for them. They might not.
Yeah.
The whole butcher might not.
I don't
be,
see
but you-
Muslims in there.
They'll okay, if that's the case, because I've seen
Meat World Kamara Crossing.
in Midrand you find a lot of. In fact, you find.
No,
like
normally they sell halal
specifically-
butchery.
Yes, you find like specifically
Okay.
catered for them. Malberton, you also find that. Yeah.
Also,
Malberton.
Yeah.
what
Or Malbarton.
it depends on where in the south you come from, how you
I'm
pronounce
from
it.
yeah. I forgot I'm with Pastor Gavin.
So yes, they say that. So in this video, up to 90% of South African food products are halal certified, despite Muslims being only 1.6% of the South African population.
So I'm generous. I'm saying they're 2%. So it's not even 2%.
Even rounding off,
Yeah.
round off to the
No,
nearest
1.6.
Mm.
Okay.
And then there's more key claims is economic pressure. So companies must obtain certification to remain competitive.
Yeah, so
Halal audits check.
our main supermarket chains.
Yeah.
It's obviously Woolworths Food,
Mm-hmm.
Pick and Pay, Checkers,
Spa
okay, Spar.
and ShopRite.
Well, ShopRite's part of Checkers.
True.
But apparently, I don't know if Spar is doing it, but the others all say if you want your food product to be on our shelf, it must be halal certified.
It's crazy.
It's a requirement.
That is crazy. Sure. So yeah. So.
And then you add to that the Sharia compliant banking.
Mm,
All the major banks are also funding the Muslims
yeah.
to
I've actually
get
seen
their
that.
banking products certified Sharia compliant.
Yeah, I've actually seen that. Like, if you look at the different banking options with the major banks, you see there the Sharia banking option. Halal audits check all ingredients and raw material, including minor additives. Contractual
Which means that
clauses.
all of the ingredients must be certified.
Yeah,
So every one of the companies that produce each one of the ingredients must get certified.
yeah.
So they must pay the Halal Trust
Mm.
for the certification.
Mm-hmm. Then contractual clauses may require Muslim supervisors on production lines. And then small suppliers unable to get
So in other words, a
certification
Muslim
with-
has to supervise the production of a Christian's food.
Yes.
Black Knight, I want you to hear that.
Yeah.
A Muslim is supervising your food. When you buy that Simba crisps,
And then small suppliers are unable to get certification, risk losing contracts.
yeah, because with the way that I don't know if the supermarkets work like this in other nations,
Yeah.
but the way that the supermarkets work here in South Africa, and it was started originally, I think, by Pick and Pay, is that the food supplier rents shelf space from the supermarket.
Mm.
And in order to get the shelf space, one of the requirements, obviously they'll have the health and safety, and the food standards, but one of the requirements is that it must be halal.
Mm. Yeah. And then in terms of financial flows, certification fees allegedly create, this is a black box of funds. Some claims suggest these funds may support religious institutions or activities, not may, support religious institutions or activities. And then...
Well, what is the Muslim Judicial Council, which is one of the main beneficiaries of these funds?
Mm.
What do you think they're going to use it for?
religious institutions or activities.
Yes.
There's different. I mean, there's a place that Crown Mines where we buy the packaging and things
Yes.
like that. The owners there are was this Muslim, and I've seen where they've had Muslim customers, and there's like a tip box, whatever, that specifically the Muslim customers will put in money to go to a specific like funding and whatever to help people with like going to the Hajj and stuff like that. So yeah, so if they're doing that, definitely the main trust, the main thing. Well, what's the support religious institutions and activities? And then consumer impact, non-Muslim consumers may unknowingly fund the system, which is what's happening. And
Okay, again, did they say may?
yeah, this is,
May.
So unless the guys are starving, they are.
yeah.
Because you don't have freedom of religion in choice of what food you buy.
Yeah. And then
So we are funding them in South Africa,
yes,
and they're killing us in Nigeria.
true.
I want you just to think about that, and for some of you Christians out there, and I'm going to blame them for this. If you don't tithe to your church,
Oh, okay.
you're giving more money to Muslims than you are to your church.
It's crazy.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Okay,
That's
that
crazy. Then in terms of government and regulation, there's no state regulated standards for halal. And complaints to the CRL Commission since 2018 remain unaddressed. The system is described as unaccountable for this with this whole situation.
Well, it's actually, isn't it unconstitutional
Yeah.
that we need to eat?
Mm.
So we don't. I mean, if we don't eat, we die.
Yeah.
So now there's stuff that we need to purchase because we don't have farms. So we don't produce our own food. So we need to purchase the food. But now every time we purchase the food which we need to live, we're now giving money to Muslims.
Mm.
But I don't believe in Islam.
Mm.
And then at the same time, banks and that withhold loans from churches often.
Mm.
Okay, so there's even in terms of taking loans and stuff, it's hard to come by for a church.
Yeah. Then in terms of cultural and social framing, the halal certification is framed as a form of economic and cultural influence, threatening non-Muslim cultural identity in supermarkets and eateries, and there are hidden taxes that basically speaks about the hidden taxes in the halal food system. And then in terms of the global context, in this video they compare South Africa to other countries. So India allegedly labeled similar practices a racket and acted to stop it. South Africa positions halal certification as market choice and a global export opportunity. So what are your thoughts on this overall?
Black Knot.
I was busy trying to find this meeting that happened between the business people. I think it was in the US or something, where there was Motsepe and your Goldman Sachs people and all of them. I just wanted to highlight the whole. I think I just found. I just sensed a like bending over to the Saudis, especially with Patrice Motsepe when he was busy thanking them the whole time, which now makes sense with the whole relationship that we see in South Africa with the religious part of it, where the Muslims are actually infiltrating the ANC itself. I think we would always speak about the whole fact of them wearing those what do you call that stuff that they wear, the scarves and stuff, and the EFF.
Palestinian scarves.
Yes, even the EFF does the red one, the NC does the white one, and obviously we've been aware of this whole time. In fact, I forgot which year it was, but I know I was still young when Pastor Gavin told me about this halal stuff, and then literally I started checking the foods, and then I realized like most of the foods that I'm buying are the Albany and stuff like that, and then you find
Albany, for those who know in South Africa, is bread.
Oh yes, sorry.
It's one of the bread.
The biggest,
brands.
and it's the biggest bed. Like being
No, well, Sasko's also big.
but I think Albany
Okay, but anyway,
runs the bread.
but they both got halal on them.
Oh yeah. so yeah, most deaf it's a religious course. And we're seeing like we saw South Africa also taking Israel to court, and they used South Africa for such things. And we had when we had the G20, when you drive past is it New Road or the off ramp of New Road, where you see the whole
That's an
free.
off ramp that's on the highway between Johannesburg and Pretoria.
Thanks, yours. Pastor
Just for the
Kevin's
guys
always doing
Yeah,
this.
just helping.
He's always
for
thinking
context,
about for overseas
You
people.
know, when someone's
Thanks,
watching
yeah.
us from
Yeah,
Scottsdale,
no.
Arizona,
Most def.
in the US, howdy, then they'll know where New
Yeah.
Road is.
Yeah, so you see that South Africa is being infiltrated, especially religiously. That most def this is all gonna go towards a religious cause in South Africa. That's my thought, and yeah.
Yeah, look, and I just want to add. Obviously, I've given some information, but what I'd just like to add to pastors out there, if you look at issues like this, the Muslims are able to get this right because they are united. We need to get united.
True.
If 86% of the country gets united, and okay, so people will say not all the 86 go to church. True, but 50% do. That's statistically. 50% of Saviour's population goes one or more times a month.
Yeah.
So, half of Saviour's population goes to church at least once a month.
Yeah.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week, depending how many weeks there are. And so, we need to get united. And at the very least, they should be giving money that can be used to build churches as well.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that like they like 1% or something or 2%.
1.6,
Just
2%.
imagine, and then we're catering for them. That's like crazy. Not in a bad way.
So
Not in a
what
bad
do you
way.
say
I
in
can still
terms of
accept. I can still accept if you cater for them,
Yeah,
but
that's
they're
why,
not catering
yeah.
for us.
Mm.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So what do you say to a Christian that's listening to this and say, so must I now stop buying food? What must I do now? And stuff in terms of like the halal products.
Can I give a shout out to an organization?
Yeah.
Get your pastor to join the Saving Church Defenders,
Yeah.
so that we can unite all the pastors in one body that's going where we can all learn to trust each other, but that's going to engage the political and business structures of the country,
Because
and set up our own business structures, because we can actually force all of these companies to imagine if we get money in the same proportion to our percentage of population as the Muslims do to their percentage of population. Imagine how many churches can be built,
Yeah.
and things like that. So that's my answer.
Yeah.
So now you carry on eating well, unless you're fasting. You should fast, but
Obviously, pray over your food.
yeah.
Yes.
No, because they say prayer, so you need to get rid of the demons. That's why
Yeah.
you pray. That's why you say grace.
Yes.
So, Gla, I hope you say grace when you eat.
Black Knight, final thoughts?
Because most therefore I just wanted to add on what Pastor Kevin was saying in terms of us supporting each other as South Africans and Africans at the same time, because you find that the shops around, especially where I come from, the shops around are being drowned by your Pakistanis, your Indian, and you find that they Muslim. You hardly find, you do find the Hindus and stuff, but it's like they hardly run like the spaza shops. And they come around and drown like the other South African person who's not financially backed by anyone. So I think if we do that, we will. The market for us is actually there. We are just being drowned by that. So yeah, definitely if Christians come together, there is a solution for that. Yeah.
In 1 Corinthians 10, verse 31 to 33, it says, so whether you eat or drink or whatever you do, do it all for the glory of God. Do not cause anyone to stumble, whether Jews, Greek, or the church of God, even as I try to please everyone in every way. For I am not seeking my own good, but the good of many, so that they may be saved.
Yeah, so what's important, listening to the scriptures is we're not fighting this issue because, of the elastic and obviously that the prayers get prayed over that food, as part of the whole certification process. So that's not an issue for a Christian, because through the blood of Jesus, we've escaped all of the corruption and condemnation of the world. And, even though this food, as far as I'm concerned, has been sacrificed to idols, the reality at the end of the day is that, the grace of God transcends that food.
Yeah.
But what I am saying is, many Christians are giving far more money to the Muslims than they are to their church. And so, I'd like to talk about that. Number one, make sure you tithe into your church. Number two, get your pastor to stand together with other pastors, so that in South Africa the church can stand up and build up mechanisms of funding. Because if the churches get together and build these mechanisms up, there is a ton of wealth that can be used, to build the kingdom.
Yeah. Yeah. This has been an amazing show. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm your girl Cynthia, but you can call me Gix. And with me in studio we've had
Gavin Enslin.
Pastor Gavin Enslin and
The Black
the
Knight.
Black Knight, right here on the Political Show, where Christ Politics is
Hot politics.
hot politics.